This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social in association William Hill and Empire for Fight Store. I'm joined by Pacheco. It's your birthday, mate, first of all, so happy birthday. Welcome to England. How are you? All good?
All good, man. Excited to be here. Excited for Saturday night. It's been a great experience so far, and then just looking forward to ending it off with a great win this Saturday.
Obviously, competing with the jet lag, but also the weather. It's got a cold snap, a cold spell here in England, so probably not the ideal time to fly over from the States, but you're dealing with it okay?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been here for a few days now. I feel acclimated finally, adapting well to the weather and the time zone here in the UK. And like I said, just locked in, focused on Saturday night, and hopefully to meet a lot of fans Saturday.
I think you will. This week will be busy. You've done a lot already so far. Yesterday at Manchester HQ, just talk to me a little bit about that. How was that? I mean, it's obviously a great complex, so great, I guess, to find a relationship with your promoter, Eddie Hearn. But yeah, how was that experience?
It was great. I was excited to go down there, and it's Matchroom headquarters. They received me well with open arms, and couldn't be more grateful for that experience. I got to talk with Eddie for a little bit, shared some stories and things like that, and talked about the future. And yeah, it was great. But for now, I'm just locked in on Jack Cullen and just ready to go Saturday night.
Just talk to me about that move. Why Eddie Hearn? Why Matchroom?
When they first came to the U.S., everything that they had in plan sounded really good to me. We came up with a great contract, a great agreement, and yeah, man, everything that they promised they've done, and I signed an extension already, and yeah, just ready to keep growing, keep getting better, keep evolving with Matchroom, and yeah, man, sky's the limit for me, I feel.
Obviously signing with Matchroom, fighting over here in the UK. Perhaps, obviously, boxing in this country is a little bit different from America. We haven't got as many sports to compete with over in America. You've got the NFL, baseball, basketball, etc. So, with the UK, what attracted to you to come over here to fight? Was it the atmosphere? Was it the people? Or, what was your reason to come here, basically?
They brought up to me, one of the reasons I signed with Matchroom was because, they said I would come to the UK as well, and I've seen big fights in the UK here on TV, all the time. The atmosphere is great. Like you said, this is one of the main sports here in the UK, and that's the main reason I would come out down here. The fans are super passionate, and that's why I'm excited to put on a great show this Saturday and hopefully win over some fans,
Decorated amateur, to say the least. Was it 9 or 10 you started boxing? I've read two information. Was it 9 or 10? What was that? 10 years old. So multiple national champion. Just talk to me about through your route within boxing. Obviously, you started at such a young age.
Yeah, I started boxing when I was 10 years old. I want to thank my dad for always supporting me, and guiding me through my boxing experience. I won 8 national titles as an amateur. Signed at 17 with Matchroom. Now I'm 22, 18-0, 17-0, 18-0 on Saturday. And yeah, man, just extremely grateful, extremely thankful for the experience, the journey I've been on, and just excited to keep going, man. Saturday night will be a great experience for me, and will lead me on to even bigger things.
Obviously, you succeeded within the amateur scene so well. Obviously, you're a really tall lad even now, let alone when you were a kid. You've always been a tall individual. Was it hard to find boxers, sparring partners, opponents when you were young? I suppose being a bigger lad, it's always been what I found difficult for them to find opponents and amateur boxers to train against.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember as a kid when I first turned amateur, I was about 11, 12. It was definitely hard for me to find opponents, But once that's why I feel like if I would have fought more often as a kid, I would have won more national titles, But it's all good. Everything happens for a reason, When I did start fighting national tournaments, I was like 14, 15. So I went on to win 8 national titles, and yeah, I just feel everything's been played out perfectly so far for me. I didn't do too many amateur fights like some guys, but I feel it's just enough, enough experience, enough pedigree to turn pro, and my pro career has been amazing so far. I've gotten to fight in some of the biggest arenas in the U.S. I fought in Saudi Arabia and Mexico, and now I'm here in the U.K. and I'm headlining, so extremely thankful. Like I said, I don't take anything for granted, and then just ready to make the most of it, and put on a great performance this Saturday.
Any boxing heroes? Anyone you tried to emulate? Anyone you were watching when you were younger? Is anyone sort of names you could pick out?
I remember watching Juan Manuel Marquez a lot because that was one of my dad's favorite. Watching Chavez, Floyd Mayweather is one of my favorites. Just to name a few. I don't really see my style like me trying to mimic any style. I just feel I have my own style. But yeah, man. Of course, a lot of fighters I look up to. A lot of fighters who I like on how they carry themselves, and things like that. Not really on their boxing style, but yeah, more of how they carry themselves. And yeah, man, there's a lot of guys who've paved the way for me, and I couldn't be more thankful for that.
This fight this Saturday, you want a world title at a young age. This will hopefully be a step closer towards that, do you reckon?
Yes, sir. Fighting for WBO International this Saturday, come out successful, and I'll be climbing the rankings, and one step closer to that goal, which is the world title.
Your style, a lot of knockouts, a lot of TKOs, a lot of victories in that fashion. For the English fans that are not really aware of your style or your performances to date, how could you describe yourself and introduce yourself to them now?
Well, I'm 6'4", so I'm pretty tall for super middleweight. I feel I use my distance really well. I am Mexican, so I do feel I have the Mexican style. I feel it's a mix of a Mexican and American style because I could box, I can move, I can sit there and bang, I can hit the body, I could just fight at short range as well. So I feel it's a mix of everything, So when they see me fight, I feel like they get something special, and there's gonna be no different this Saturday. I'm looking to showcase all my skills, and I think Jack Cullen will bring the best out of me.
Obviously, your conversations with Eddie Hearn, obviously you probably can't go into those in detail, but have you got a path mapped out? Is it a fast-moving path? Is it a slow-moving path? How quickly, how slowly are you being moved by Matchroom after this if you're successful?
I think it's a pretty fast path. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm in the sport for. I want to fight the best. Obviously I'm still young, so there's no need to rush. But if it were up to me, I feel ready. I feel I'm ready to fight anyone in the world. I feel I can compete with the best. And of course, for now I'm only locked in on Jack Cullen. That's my main focus, and I can't look over him or anything like that. So yeah, I just got to be locked in on him for now. And after Saturday night, then I could, talk a little bit more about the future.
Yeah, of course. Let's go on about Jack Cullen. Only one loss on his record, a veteran within the sport. What type of fight are you expecting this Saturday?
I'm expecting a great fight. Jack Cullen has a lot of skills. He's a rangy fighter, a good fighter, has a lot of heart. So I'm expecting a tough fight. A tough warrior, and nothing less. I prepared better than ever. I prepared for the best Jack Cullen that there is. So yeah, man, I'm expecting a great fight, and I think the fans will enjoy it.
And finally on this as well, just a final message to perhaps Jack before this Saturday. I know you're meeting with him at the press conference tomorrow, but just a final message if you can give it to him now.
I hope he's ready. Hopefully we give the fans a great fight, and hopefully we both come out safe with that ring. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a great fight, man. Everyone tune in and let's get it Saturday night.